We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
Trump has cut my food stamps from $2,800 down to $350. Now they're telling me I have to go work. Now I have to go do all this. Well, I literally got 5 kids. Okay. I'm trying to sit here and spend time with them. I'm not trying to go work, 50, 60 hours a week so I can pay bills.
Every time you open up your mouth, you give away your ignorance.
What's going on, everybody? What's happening? Welcome back to the bullshit. Holy golly dag nabbit, there's some shit going down lately, huh? Lots of shit going down for sure, my friends. I don't necessarily agree with all of it. Some of it's good, some of it's crazy, some of it's bad. Not necessarily going to get into all of that. But before we get into all the nonsense, I want to say that I do appreciate y'all who take the time to send me positive comments and shit, because it keeps me motivated. Y'all want to see some bullshit? Check out this tire, man. I don't know how well you can see it on there. But you know what? It took months, possibly a year or whatever, to wear that fucker down that far. And this is a drop trailer that tons of drivers have pulled. Fucking truckers these days, man. Now I gotta go get the shit changed. I always dread going to the repair shop, right? But at the end of the day, every time I go to the repair shop, I always enjoy talking to the mechanics and talking some bullshit and watching them fuck with the rookie mechanics. So, tire's done, we're good to go. I did my job. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? Welcome to trucking, man. It's 2 a.m. and just got me a nice truck stop shower this morning. We're off to do a 3-stop delivery in St. Louis, right? That's trucking, baby. Sometimes I wonder with people, because so many people think that trucking is like get up at 7 a.m, roll out at like 8, right? Be back to, go to like a big Walmart distribution center or something, in which actually I would rather do this 3-stop St. Louis than go to fucking Walmart DC, man. You sit there for forever, right? And that's what I'm doing today. There's gonna be a couple like backing in off the street type shit, but they get you unloaded quick, you feel me? But they think you go to like big places like that, and then you're back in the truck stop by like 5, sitting in there eating at Denny's and all that. No, not so much. Be cool if it was like that though, and we still made like good money. That'd be sweet, man. Old sizzling trucker tells me, oh, I just did that run the other day. It'll be easy, right? Well, you can't listen to them truckers who go out and do like multiple stops in LA and shit, because yeah, it wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy. Come on, man. I had to do some blindside backing into somebody's garage, and then I had a blindside in here off the street, which I guess I could have went up and turned around, but who wants to do all that nonsense, right? Well, this was interesting. I'm the guinea pig today, right? You see all this over here? I don't know, the light's kind of bright, but they got the concrete all tore out over there, right? Well, they just tore that all out today, I guess. So I was the first truck to come in here, and all the office people and everybody were out here to see if they're even going to be able to load trucks now, because they wanted to see if a truck could get in here. Well, let me tell you this, it fucking took me a lot to get in here, right? And some of y'all are gonna say I'm being arrogant, right? Or maybe I am, but here's the deal. I told them, if it took me that much to get in here, man, I ain't trying to be arrogant, but god damn it, dude, some people can't back up straight. You ain't gonna be able to get certain people in here, or even like a large car ain't gonna get in here. Well, being that I said that, I'm sure I'm gonna get that whole super trucker shit. Dustin's a super trucker. Well, I am, you know what I mean? I am. But I get confused on that whole thing when people call me super trucker, because is that a good or a bad thing? Because when I was in school, right, I'll get like a sticker from the teacher or something that said super on it. Dude, I was fucking proud, bro. I'd wear that shit home and show my mom, and then I'd wear it like all day and show all my friends and my grandparents and everybody. So it's confusing. Dude, we are overrun by foreign truck drivers, my friends. Like, it's like me and me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the minority now, man. Like, literally, it's just, there's like so many foreigners over here at this Punjabi food truck deal or whatever it is. There's a whole flock of them over there, man, and it's just chaos. Like in here with the trucks, they're trying to back up next to each other and all kinds of fun stuff. There's so many of them. When I see a black dude, I'm like, ooh, family right there. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, see what I'm saying, dude? They got the driveway all blocked. That dude didn't. He's like about to run into that dude's trailer and shit, and they're all honking at each other. But hey, you know what? You know, when I turned 40, I was always like, oh man, I'm getting old. You know, it's kind of a joke, right? Oh, I'm 40, I'm old, or I'm 30, I'm old. Well, this 50 thing, man, I ain't even fucking around no more, dude. I'm actually getting old. I mean, I look old. We know that. But damn, I feel old, man. I don't ever feel good anymore. Something always hurts, and I got shit that hurts I didn't even know I had. And I wake up and I'm all stiff and oh man, it sucks. I need some fucking Vicodin and muscle relaxers and shit like that. So I wonder if they got any of that around here. Probably not. It don't look like that kind of truck stop. Oh, but we got the weed shop over there, though. I can head over there, right? No medical card needed. All right. Now that's a doggone real trucker right there, my friends. I don't know if you can see him right now. He'll pop out here in a minute in that FedEx gig. You see him? He's changing his own tire, son. He de-rimmed it because it's an outside tire. You don't have to take that off. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to undo the lug nuts. And now he's throwing a brand new tire on there. That's pretty slick. Check out this microwave, man. It's got a lock button on it. After you get done cooking, you gotta like punch in the code thing to unlock it. So kids won't get in there and burn themselves, I guess, after the food's hot, right? Oh man, really? Really? Like my car, man. When I park my car, it goes ding, and it pops up this thing on the screen that says check back seat. Because people are leaving their kids in the back seat, right? Alright, man. First of all, let the damn kid get in there and burn themselves on that fucking food real quick, and they won't do that shit again, right? Huh? That's how we all learn. I don't even know how the fuck we survived back in the day, right? The car thing, if you forgetting that you got your kids in the back seat, let's just do everyone a favor, man. Get the depot shot, maybe a vasectomy, wear some condoms, do something. Don't be having no kids, man. You're not equipped for it. Yo, let me give you an example of some truck driver etiquette. Is that what it is? That we don't really have nowadays? Out here in Colorado, right? You see this big ass parking lot? It's all empty. And then even on this back row over here, there's only 3 trucks parked on this back row. Well, when I rolled in, there's this fella on the other side of Day Ross over here. He's parked on the very end, on the very corner of this lot. And, you know, he's got his sleeper windows open, he's got screens in his front windows, and he's got a fan going. He's got his dog chained up outside the truck. He's camping out over there. He's enjoying himself. He's chilling out, right? This fella here, you know, kind of the epitome of the truckers nowadays. Jesus Christ, how big of a headset do y'all need, man? Anyway, he comes rolling in, just parks right next to the fella with his truck idling and his reefer running. Man, like I said before, if you gotta park next to people, you gotta park next to people. I pull a reefer right in here right now. But man, just wow. I'll tell you what, my friends, as I get around here at 2 a.m. to go do my damn, you gotta love reefer, you know, deliver it early in the morning bullshit, but at least you get parked early, right, and find a place to park. But as I sit here and think, I lost another friend last night. He passed on. And as I sit here and think, boy, I got a funny feeling, man. I'm getting real close to end of life here. Like, I don't mean like next week or nothing, probably, who knows, but at 50 years old, there ain't really that much time left, right? I mean, yeah, people live to be like 70 or 80. That could be me. I don't know. And I guess that would put me at another 20 years or whatnot, which actually goes pretty fast. But I tell you what, my friend that just died was only 60. And like I had a few that were only like 60, 61. My mom passed when she was 63. I had a bunch of friends that died in like their 30s and 40s, but that was like the opioids and the fentanyl shit. But these other people here were just, you know, they didn't do no drugs or nothing like that. That's just like regular life shit. So it kind of makes you sit there and look at the reality of it all. Like, I piss and moan about this and I piss and moan about that, but sometimes maybe I need to just stop and realize, like, you know, there ain't that much time left, dude. Maybe you better fucking chill out a little bit, right? I guess it's really just what you're happy with in this job, right? But some people, man, some people give me YouTube content. So I'm delivering here at this spot, right? That's what we do, deliver at spots. Well, there's this company that runs all the same freight that we run. And I used to work there. I worked there back when the original owner was still driving a truck, right? Because I'm that fucking old, right? Well, dude's sitting next to me from that company. And he's, being a little snooty about his truck, right? So here's the deal, man. This truck right here, it's a little crusty. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, it's one of their oldest ones. It's like one of their 5th oldest ones in the fleet. I was supposed to get a newer one eventually, but it's not bad. Like, as far as trucks that are out here on the highway, from a scale of 1 to 10, it's probably a 7 or an 8, right? But it is just plain white and all that nonsense. Well, the other company there, they have very nice trucks. They have black trucks. They take very good care of them. They polish the wheels. They are very nice trucks. I didn't say nothing to the fella, but here's the deal. I would probably work there, actually, because I just work with whoever will take me at this point in time. You know, I'm just being honest, right? But here's the deal, dude. He makes 58 cents a mile. I make 70 cents a mile, right? His truck's governed at 66 miles an hour. Mine's governed at 71 miles an hour. He has a driver facing camera. I don't. Yo, what's up? It's kind of crazy how this shit works, right? You go to these small places, the smaller businesses, and the people are so nice. I mean, dude, they even like shake your hand and shit, like, hey, thank you. Shit like that, right? But you go to the larger places, and it's a bunch of angry assholes, right? Because nobody wants to work for a large place, right? Go to your job, work for this large place, go home, take your Xanax, fucking drink some drinks, watch some porn, and go back and do it again until you fucking die, right? Y'all know how they're painting that border wall down there black so it'll be hot and be hard for people to climb it, right? Man, you should put me in charge of the shit. I'll tell you that right now. I'd be good at it. Anyway, I think if you can climb that border wall and get into this country, we should just let those guys in, dude. I mean, they're going to be hella workers, right? They're going to be very productive and get some shit done. I wonder what percentage of our Americans can climb that thing. I know I can't. Fuck, I probably can't even climb that fence right there. Just saying. Dag nabbit, boy, this Flying J in Denver is a real bugger, ain't it? It's fucking tight in here, and it's a shit show. It's one of them shit show truck stops, but we can't load till morning. Gotta wait on the produce load going to Detroit, right? And get another day off. That's good. That's the whole thing, right? OTR, I get way more time off than what I did doing the local stuff. It's just I'm not home. I'm stuck here in this here Cascadia, right? But, what do y'all think about that truck parking club, right? I think it's a bunch of horse shit. I tried to use it a few times, and the places they said were on there didn't even exist, and all this nonsense. And then one time I parked at a place that was like this roofing company. They said they had like 5 spots for rent, and the guy came out and was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I told him, and he was like, we're not involved with that. And I had to leave. But you can see more about that. Go on Bonehead Truckers and a few others. They got more like facts about the bullshit that's going on over there. But the one thing I saw is when the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration was doing like their study or whatever to see if there's a truck parking shortage. Pretty complicated study, right? I mean, what the fuck? I could tell you that. Anyway, the truck parking club like petitioned them or whatever and told them that there's not a truck parking shortage. There's just not enough people using the available parking, which means they want to make money. Like on Bonehead Truckers, the guy showed the street next to Love's. They put up signs saying it was for a truck parking club only, and there's a few other videos like that. It's a fucking city street. Like, how you gonna do that, right? So what do y'all think about that, man? Do you use it? What's this whole thing going around the interweb, the World Wide Web, with like my generation drinking out of the water hose? What's the big deal with that? Like, people need to get some better shit to do in their life, man. So what? We drink out of the water hose. Fuck, I still drink out of the water hose every now and then. If I'm outside working or whatever, I need to give me a little sippy poo with some water. I ain't gonna walk all the way back and get some water. I mean, yeah, I hear it's got bacteria in it. So's the fucking air you're breathing, man. How about the food you're eating? The processed fucking bullshit food that's killing us all. So what? We drink out of the water hose. And our parents made us play outside, right? I mean, I don't know. My mom would have let me stay inside. Usually didn't want to stay inside because mom would make you like clean your room or some bullshit, right? You want to get up, watch cartoons, and get the fuck out the house before mom makes you do some shit. But why would you want to stay inside, man? Like, we had a lot of fun outside, man. We'd be riding our bicycles, we'd be in the woods, we'd be building forts, we'd be fighting each other. Maybe do a little show and tell with the neighbor girl, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Never a dull moment. You ought to see this twister shit we got going on here. We got trucks, Noah's trying to back in. It's all kinds of crazy shit going on here right now. I'm glad I'm in my spot, man. That's all I got to say about that one. But, you know, on the way out here, I was on 70, right? In Nebraska. Just flat, wide open. You know, the trucks are spaced out probably about a mile, half mile apart. Just riding down the road with a cruise control on type bullshit, right? So I'm just riding along, dude comes pulling up. He's doing probably like 75 or something, come ripping up pretty good. And just brrr, starts hitting this Jake next to me. And I'm like, there ain't nothing. There ain't no hill, there ain't no deer, there ain't a damn thing. This is just wide open Colorado or Nebraska or where the fuck I was. I'm like, what the fuck's up with that? So then I watch him. He's just riding down the road doing that next to all the trucks. Because you could see the smoke come out when he would juice it back up. Wow, what the fuck with the people, man? What the fuck with the people, dude? You're riding down a motherfucking highway, like, just riding up next to trucks. Probably think you're cool with that Jake brake, dude. If you've been in this for a while, we all had one of them at one point. And they are kind of cool a little bit, right? It's kind of like having a Harley. But all in all, you know, I see the videos about people joking about the guys who run their Jake brakes all the time. Fuck yeah, dude. I run my shit when I'm bobtail, bro. I don't want to hit the brakes. Fucking just put her on level 1 and ease into it, right? And that's the beauty of these new age trucks, is you can be in a no Jake brake zone and run your Jake brake because it's quiet. So I'm just full of shit that I don't understand, you know? Someone needs to enlighten me, so I just throw it out there. Y'all can help me understand it, right? Or you can think about it yourself. When people call you a mama's boy, like people call me a mama's boy. My whole life they always called me a mama's boy. Hell yeah, dude. My mom was awesome, bro. She was the shit. R.I.P. mom. But here's the deal. What's that mean? Does that mean like I'm some sort of pussy or some sort of little simple bitch or something like that? Well, shit. Well, we're off on the tangent. You gotta love the YouTube commenters, right? Actually, we do pretty good on this channel, and I appreciate that, y'all. But now I was watching this deal the other day, you know, because once you start looking at shit in your feed, man, that's all you see, right? Is trucking bullshit, right? So anyway, this dude was in a low boy and he got hung up on the railroad tracks. I know a lot of people don't even know what a low boy is. I put that on job applications before and they're like, what's a low boy? A low boy is one of those trailers that splits in the front, you know, so you can put an excavator or a loader or something on the front and drive it off and on, right? Well, anyhow, this dude gets hung up on the railroad tracks, right? And the train is coming. And I'll tell you what, those low boys, I pulled them, they fucking hang up easy, son. Like, I've hung mine up before in the middle of the damn road. Like, you don't even see the hump, man. You gotta, like, ride. It's hard to explain, but you gotta, like, ride that bitch around, right? I've had mine in the middle of the road before where I had to get out, get in the excavator, right, and use the bucket of the excavator to fucking, and leave the brakes released, and I'm all alone, right? So I leave the truck sitting there with the brakes released, and then I run back there real quick, and I fucking get in the excavator, fire it up, and I use the bucket of the excavator to push the truck off forward, and then you gotta leave the bucket on the ground to keep the truck from rolling away. Run back up to the truck, set your brakes, run back there, put the excavator on. All the people are like, beep, 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 fuck you, asshole. Until they need an excavator, then they're like, yeah, it's all right with them then. But anyhow, the dude was hung up on the tracks and the train's coming, right? So we run back there real quick. Now the comments, they're like, oh man, he saved his tractor by unhooking the trailer or whatever. But when you watch it, the train hits the fucking truck, unfortunately. And you can see that the fifth wheel's still attached to the front of the trailer. It just broke it in the middle. So let me enlighten you. What he was doing is there's a hydraulic cylinder on there for when, you know, it sits like this, right? How you like that? and you end up raising it and lowering it with that right there, and then there's a pin you pull out and you pull forward and then you drive off the front of it. That's what he was doing. He was running back there hoping he had a little more on there to raise that fucker up. So that's my rant on people on that. Oh, and it's this other one I saw, right? There's this dude sitting in a truck stop, man. Big ass storm comes, it blows him over. Like sitting right in the truck stop parked, blows him over. That's fucking scary. I've always worried about that. I've been in a couple tornadoes and shit, and I'm like, oh fuck, here we go, right? So that happened, man. Just doof, blew the dude over. That's crazy as shit, right? Kind of don't even want to see that stuff because I got enough worries in my brain already. But then the people on there are like, yeah, that's why I always park towards the whatever direction, you know? Oh, really? Fucking really? You pull in the truck stop and you're like, oh, well, let's see, I'm in Colorado. The storms normally come from the west. I think I'm going to nose my truck to the west. That's not even possible in this truck stop. Really? You really do that? I bet you don't even drive a truck, dude. I got another one of those things I want to see what y'all think about, right? So if you go to a company in another state, right, they get you a rental car, and you come out there and you don't like the job or whatever, and you leave with the rental car, is that stealing? Are you stealing the rental car? Because I'm not sure about that. Because I had a little incident once. I drove from my spot out to Green Bay, that area, which is like 7 hours, man. And I got out there, and I didn't like the company. They were full of shit, and one of the biggest problems was they were out in the middle of nowhere, and I started calling like Enterprise Rent-A-Car to see if they would come out there, or Uber, or a taxi, or anything. Because what would happen in the future is when me and that company don't get along anymore, they're gonna say, get your shit out of the truck and get the fuck off our property. So I'm gonna be standing out in the middle of the highway with all my fucking trucker shit trying to get to Green Bay to get me a rental car or some shit to get back to Michigan, right? You feel me? So like, you don't really want to do that. So I said, man, I don't like that, and I didn't like the people. So I go there for the orientation. I realized I don't like the whole thing. Now there was 2 other fellas there. One fella fucking drove all the way up from like South Carolina or some shit. We leave there, which was kind of fun because we were in Toyota Camrys, so we were racing back to the motel. And I will say they set us up in a very nice motel. We get back to the motel, right? And the motel had a bar in it. Imagine that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just having a couple little sippy poos over here. So I'm having a couple drinks over there, and the 2 other homeboys show up. And they're like, we're chatting. And the one dude asked the other dude, he's like, what do you think? And the other dude's like, man, I don't know about this fucking place. This place is kind of fucked. And they asked me, I was like, it seemed kind of fucked to me too. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to go back tomorrow. Well, we sat there a little bit, and then we all decided we ain't going back tomorrow. So then I went up my room, and I went to bed and everything. And I get up in the morning. Now, mind you, when we got back, we parked all 3 of our awesome Camrys right in the road next to each other. I got up in the morning to get out of there like 4 a.m. or something because I wanted to be a long ways down the road before they figured out I wasn't coming back. Those guys were already gone, man. And I took that shit and drove it back to Michigan and fucking dropped it off at Enterprise. No one ever said a word. You know that company? I was supposed to be back like 8 a.m. or whatever. You know, they never called me, texted me, or anything to see if I could be dead in the fucking motel room or some shit. They never even got a hold of me. Which kind of goes to show something if you think about it. It means that happens to them a lot, right? When you think that would be what that would be about. So what do you think on that one? Is that stealing? You know, throughout my life, I always thought of Colorado as probably being kind of a cool place, right? Nah, I don't think so. Not so much, man. I think it's kind of like California here or some shit, right? I go to leave the pilot. I guess they don't have plastic bags here because of the eco-friendly environment that they have. I don't know if they do paper or not, but they ain't got no paper. So people are walking out like with your shirt cupped, you know, like full of shit. Really? Really? This world has gone fucking insane, man. Like, this stuff is off the rails, man. And then they wonder why a lot of their shit's like moving to fucking Alabama and stuff. Well, the same reason people from California moved to fucking Texas, man. Like, wow, man. This Walmart out here in Nebraska is cool, man. They got like a little truck stop going on in here. I mean, I'm not just saying that they allow truck parking. They got like probably 20 to 30 actual truck parking spots over there. And a bathroom that you can access from there. That's nice, right? You know, a lot of times it really ain't Walmart's fault. It's zoning for where they're at won't allow the trucks to park there. But then you got these guys, these foreigners over here that kind of fuck shit up a lot. So they filled their trucks up, 2 trucks with DEF, so it's 4 jugs or whatever, I don't know. So they took all the empty DEF jugs and all their garbage out of their truck and put it in the shopping carts and put it over in the shopping corral, right? I mean, I guess that's better than just throwing it in the parking lot, right? But about 100 yards over yonder is the dumpster where the Walmart employee is gonna have to go dump it. So why don't you just take it over there yourself, you fuck face? Hey, you know them mirrors that they're putting on, like TMC or whatever, and them other Maverick and those guys are putting those camera mirrors on and taking the mirrors off the truck? I don't know why we need all that, to be honest, but they say that like you can back right up to something and the mirror will tell you. But if you go watch the videos on it, you have to calibrate it every time you hook a trailer. Who wants to do all that? Fuck all that, you know what I mean? I'll just back up until I run into shit. That's how we do it. That's how we've been doing it for decades. But here's the deal, alright? So you're gonna spend all of that time and money putting those on there when these mirrors, the regular old mirrors, work just fine, right? If you're gonna spend that kind of effort, how about this? I got an idea. Put backup cameras on all these fucking trailers, man. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? So like you could see if a car was behind you, or when you're backing into a truck stop, you'd be able to see if that side of the trailer is about to hit the truck next to you. Oh, that would be something that we could actually use. That would be beneficial. Y'all think if we make enough videos on YouTube, like all the YouTube truckers make enough videos, that people will actually get a little common sense? Or probably not, huh? They probably don't watch the videos, right? So I rolled up in this bitch last night, you know, because it was late, nowhere to park and everything. There was about 7 spots left back here in this gravel lot. Well, when I wake up this morning, what happened is like 4 trucks pulled in, left like 4 or 5 feet or more, 8 feet, fucking some bullshit between all the trucks. So what happens there, man? Now that eliminates like 3 spots or whatever that other weary truck drivers could have had. You got that. You got this whole shit with the signs, you know, hey driver, scale in here, go 100 yards, check in at shipping, but then they're also all pulling in here, and then they got to go back out and clog the whole driveway. Then you got the whole fucking huge parking lot, but then the driveway, and then when you pull to check in, of course you got to stop out in the driveway. You wouldn't want to park over there or nothing. And then when you go to leave and close your doors, of course you wouldn't want to do it in this huge parking lot here or anything like that. You would want to pull out there next to the foreigner who's checking in and close your doors out there. That way both the foreigners can block the entire fucking driveway and all the trucks can sit out on the road to wait to get into this huge parking lot. Because that's how we do it now, I guess. You know, I don't know. I gotta look into that. I'm trying to learn the new ways of trucking, you know, so bear with me a little bit on that. What's happening? You know, I want to just jump in here with a little bit of advice for y'all who may be new at this or getting into it or whatever, because it could be helpful. Some of y'all veterans are saying, shut the fuck up, Dustin. But hey, I had to learn this shit too. So, a lot of times, man, yeah, you gotta like be in touch with your dispatcher, be like, yo, I'm gonna be late and all this kind of nonsense, but sometimes, man, you just can't trust these motherfuckers. They tell you some bullshit. Like when I picked up that load out in Denver, you feel me? They told me to get it right over to Detroit. Oh, get it there as fast as you can, right? I didn't. I mean, I didn't take longer than a 10-hour break, and I drove like 10 hours and 45 minutes every day, so I maxed the days out, right? I didn't lollygag, but I didn't pull their fucking bullshit wanting me to do magic to get it in there by midnight on Sunday. And I'll tell you why. Because they're not even open on Sunday. It's a drop. And then even when I got there Monday morning, first of all, you get there at midnight. Like, if it's not a 24-hour receiver, who's even doing what with it, right? So I get there Monday morning, right? And I go in there and I hand them the paperwork. And they're like, oh, man, drop it over there on the side. Man, we ain't even messing with that till tomorrow. Right? You feel me? And a lot of times the brokers, what they'll do is, like, say your appointment's at 9 o'clock. They'll tell you it's at 8. Brokers do that a lot. Just to let you know, I mean, it is kind of hit and miss. You got to figure out which ones are which. But like this one here, right? They said, oh, you got to be over there by noon. I got hung up on my delivery this morning. Called them a couple times, you know, and told them that I might be running late. Oh, yeah, you got to be over there by noon. I get here. I asked the guy, I was like, man, I got to be here by noon. He's like, as long as you're here by 4 o'clock, we leave at 5. And So do y'all ever just pay for parking because you don't want to wait for all the craziness to go down, right? Pulling the truck out, man, there's 2 dudes down there trying to work on that whole backing skill thing, right? Man, I parked, I smoked half a cigarette, I went in, got my slip, and used the bathroom, walked all the way back out here. The second dude is still down there trying to do it, right? He got the shit blocked up, son. So I just said, fuck it, man. Pay my $18, man. That kind of sucks, right? 18 bucks is 18 bucks. But, man, I'll be sitting out there on the daggone driveway still waiting for this fucking bullshit. And then you know what happens if you're a driver, you know what happens. Now it's your turn to back in, and everyone's already all pissed off because they had to wait for fucking literally 20 minutes or some shit for them 2 other idiots to back in. So now, even though I'll probably get it on the first shot or second shot, they're gonna be all up my ass, you know what I mean? Man, y'all won't even believe what I just saw up in this damn truck stop. Alright, you know how the foreigners be washing their feet in the sink? Come on, man, you know how it goes. You use the bathroom, you try to go use the sink, motherfucker taking a shower over there, washing his feet and shit. Dude, I just was in there, man. This dude was wetting the fucking paper towel, reaching down the back of his pants, down the back of his drawers, right? He was washing his damn ass at the sink. Alright, my friends, as always, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. All the nonsense that goes on around out here. I'll be chilling out here for a little while. Go up in here in Denny's, son, and give me some food. And come here and take me a nap. But we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Lock in, lights, camera, action. Telly, ESPN, it's a top scene. Lock in, lights, camera, action. I don't fold a band when it's time to win. Trolling cause we're rolling under lights, we don't get anxious. Do it with a purpose.